Hello, and welcome to Kineo Totara office hours. Thanks for coming today and joining me in looking at the face-to-face notification on Totara 2.9. I will be your host in office hours. My name is Tammy Belgard, and I am a platform consultant at Kineo. My job is to work with our clients on configuration, documentation, training for their Totara sites. Just a brief explanation as to what Kineo office hours are. Office hours are a 15 to 20-minute overview of a feature or function that is available on Totara. Our clients and others are welcome to attend. It is open to all. Once the presentation is over, though, we will go into a Q&A with our clients. They can ask any questions pertaining to their Totara site. The Q&A is only available to our clients. The 15-minute presentation, however, will be uploaded to YouTube and made available to the public. Today, we're going over the face-to-face notifications. We're going to talk about how notifications are triggered, where do the notifications come from, how do you change or create new notifications, and how do new notifications get sent out. And we're going to talk about how to check face-to-face enrollment notification settings on a global level. And with that, we'll get started. Right now, I'm on a Totara 2.9 site, and I'm actually in a course where I have set up a face-to-face sessions. The first thing that we're going to take a look at is how do we trigger notifications, and to do that we're going to set up a new session. So my face-to-face event is set up. I'm going to go in and I'm going to create a new session. As you set up the session, things will start to trigger and make things so that it'll be ready to send out the notification, such as, do I have my date? Is it actually scheduled? I'm going to schedule my session for 1 hour. Once that is set, my session is beginning to get set up. I have my room. Okay, then we have a capacity. How many can fit into the course? This actually is going to be one of the trigger events. So we have capacity set to 10 people. By allowing overbooking, we've actually prepared it for the wait list notification. Okay, so if there's more than 10 individuals that sign up for this course, we have a wait list. That is another notification that will be sent out. By enabling the minimum capacity, what we're saying is that if we don't get at least 6 users interested or signed up for our particular session, then we want to cancel it. So then a cancel notification has been generated. Another one can be sent out based upon this self-approval. If I leave this blank, that it isn't a self-approval, what it's going to do is when the person registers for the session, it's going to send out thank you and we're waiting for approval from your manager notification. And then the manager will be sent a notification as well in order to approve it for the learner. If you set it to self-approval, that is a different notification that'll go out, and that individual will be able to get a confirmation notification sent. Those are the basic ones that are available. A registration, manager approval required notification, minimum capacity notification, and a possible waitlist notification. So once I'm in here, what we're going to do now is we're going to see where do these notifications come from. So I now have my face-to-face session set up. I have sessions built out in it, and now I want to just take a look on it at a site level. So if I go over to administration and I go down to site administration, I can go to plugins. Now the face-to-face activity it's an actual plugin called activity module. So if I click on activity module, Then you'll see all the different activities that you see under Activity and Resource pull down, and Face-to-Face is one of them. I'm going to click on Face-to-Face, and the first thing I'm going to take a look at is General Settings. Now before I go into this, I just want to review how I got there. This is under Site Administration, Plugins, Activity Modules, and then Face-to-Face. I'm going to click on General Settings. And under General Settings, what I can set here is who's going to send this, so that when these notifications go out to email, what is the from address that you see? That's going to be put right in here under the sender address. So this will be the default, and you can change this, and this will go out with the notifications. Session roles basically is who can set up the sessions. We've got editing trainers, and of course admins can set those up as well. Right here by default, notification recipients, this is not who's going to receive the notifications. This is basically the editing trainer is the one who's going to see information as far as minimum capacity warnings and things like that. So they get like duplicate notifications. So these three settings for notifications are set under General Settings. Now under the Face-to-Face, under Plugins, I'm going to go here to what's called the notification templates. Okay? So these are your notifications that you've seen. Under these notifications, you're familiar with all of them, the booking cancellations, booking confirmation, booking reminders, and so forth. There's trainer cancellations, registration cancellation. All of these are the general ones. You'll notice that the status over here is active, meaning that you can put these templates into use on your session, face-to-face session, and you can also hide them so they wouldn't be used. But this is set on a site level and not a course level. So if we want to, we can add another notification template. So I'm going to click on Add. So what I'm going to say here is that when they come to our face-to-face sessions, they have to have a confirmation form. So I'm going to call this confirmation So they're going to get an email notification that says confirmation form and ID required. I'm going to put together a little email. Bring your Okay. When I put this particular email together for this notification, one of the things that you're seeing is you're seeing hello first name and face-to-face name session. What these are called placeholders. Now placeholders basically are what method of passing a value to a string. So it's going to go in there and the first name of the profile of the user that has signed up for this course will be put into this email automatically. The name of this face-to-face session will be put in here. There are a list of placeholders that are available to use in these email communications with notifications. And for those of you attending today, I will make sure that I send you a list of those placeholders. So right now, I'm going to go down. There's another manager copy. If this particular email is going to have a notification to manager, I can add additional text in here. Status, it's default. It's set right now to yes. This means that it's active. When a status is showing active, it will be available to utilize in any of the face-to-face sessions. You also have the ability to update all activities. Now with the update to all activities, basically what it's saying is it's going to update all activities with them templates, or do you just want the current ones? If we leave it blank, it'll just be the new ones that'll be updated. I'm sorry, it'll be the current activities that'll be updated. So I'm going to click on Add. And now on a site level, I now have a new template available to me called Confirmation Form and ID Required. So if I go back to my course, I'm going to say View All Sessions. And now this is a window that you're probably very familiar with. And with this window, you will also see under Administration, because we're in the face-to-face session, you'll see face-to-face administration, and you also have these capabilities. You can edit the face-to-face activity. You know, it'll be the same screen we saw when we were adding or creating a session. But the one that we're going to be interested in here is notification. Now under notification, these are all of the ones that are available. It's telling you who the recipients are. Users who have canceled will receive these ones. If it's blank, it's going to be everybody that's enrolled in this particular session, all booked. The types are auto, so it'll automatically go out to them. The status is active. You can hide some of these if you want to, so they aren't going to be used in this particular face-to-face. Or we can actually add another one. So I'm going to click down here and click Add. Now if you would go into Edit or Add in this situation right now, is you can schedule when this notification is going to be sent out. So if I want to say I want to remind them to bring that confirmation and ID with them, I'm going to say send this later. And I'm going to say that 24 hours before the session start is when I want them to actually send this notification out. So you can send it out now and schedule it to send to a group of users. You have options to do it days or weeks ahead of time, and even after a session is closed. So maybe you want to do some kind of feedback notification. You can send that in here as well after the session is ended. This is where you set your who is going to be the recipients of this notification. All booked, just those attended. And if you say all booked, then it might even be those who did not show up for the session if it's already happened. You can do one to just no-shows if you want to, send out notifications just to waiting list, and then also to user cancellation. Under template, I'm going to go down and I'm going to say I want the confirmation form and ID required. You'll notice by clicking on that template, it automatically pulls that in. That's another thing you can do is if you want to take the generic and not use that, you can actually modify it and use it like this as well. Okay, so I've got my body. I'm not going to send a manager copy, and I'm going to click yes for status. That means it's active, so this particular one will be active and available to these face-to-face sessions. You'll notice that all of these other notifications, I do not have the option of deleting it, but I do have the option of deleting the one that I created, the custom one. You can also clone it or duplicate it if you want to. One of the other things that I want to show you is under face-to-face, when you're looking at the sessions. When I go back, click on sessions, that if I click on the attendees, you can also send out ad hoc messages or notifications. So here, if I had my list of users, this will give my attendees, but I also can say message users. The group of users will be the attendees. I can add my subject. And then I can send it to all of those that are attending this particular topic or session. Now, how do they receive their notifications, or how do they make those determinations? Now I'll take a look at that real quick. So I am another user signed on to the site. If I find my course, when a user enrolls in the course, they have the option to determine what kind of notification types are available to them. They can say email notification and iCalendar, email notification only, or that they don't want to receive any email notification at all. If they choose no email notification at all, they can still receive it on the site. So I'm going to sign up. And now I want to just take a look at the other forms of notifications that you will see. So this individual, because they're on the site, they are one of their team members have also signed up for a course. What's going to happen is they're going to receive that on alerts typically. So they will see on the alerts that this individual was wanting to sign up for a session, and so that they can say approved here, and they did already. Now here as well, you can see that I signed up for a course. So you can see those under alerts and tasks. If you don't see them under alert and task, we need to take a look at some of the other settings that are available to set. So I can go to Site Administration. I can go down here again to Plugins. And what I want to do under Plugins is I just want to see what the message outputs are set to. And I'm going to look at the default message outputs. Okay, here is the location that you will see a lot of different messages and how they're going to appear to the users and what options they have available. You'll see that they have the task block, alert block, pop-up notification, and email, and whether or not it's enabled. I believe there has already been an office hours already devoted to seeing the message outputs. But I just want to go down here and take a look at. You also have the face-to-face direct enrollment. So notifications here, what are the settings? Can they put it on their task? Can they put it on their alerts? And what is permitted? So you can verify whether or not that they're allowed to get those. All right, so today what we covered quickly on face-to-face notification was how do notifications get enabled? Where do they get enabled? Where do these notifications come from? Where are the defaults set? How to change and add new notifications using placeholders. We also looked at adding ad hoc messages that are going to be sent out to face-to-face users or attendees, as well as what the site-wide global settings are for the message output. I want to thank you for joining me today for Kineo Totara office hours to take a closer look at the face-to-face notification on Totara 2.9. I hope you enjoyed today's presentation, and I will be following up with those that have attended with a list of possible placeholders to be used in the templates. Now we're going to go into the Q&A time, and I want to thank you again for joining me today.